cracking.
Hello, my name is Keltie O'Connor and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, what you can normally find is me doing behind the scenes of different workouts, sports, and fitness trends, just showing you guys what you can expect first time trying them. If you're anything like me, come November every year, Victoria's Secret fashion show. Have you heard of it? It's kind of like underground. And you fangirl so hard over the gorgeous models. I'm always curious. I love trying new workouts. I love just hearing about new ideas, what people are doing. I mosey on over to my laptop and I start Googling, what do the Victoria's Secret models do to work out? This year, if you guys have been following my channel, you know I've done a ton of different workouts, and one thing I had in the back of my mind, and what I did about a year or so ago, was go and see all the different workouts they have and try and do them all so I can show you guys all the different workouts they have. And I know you guys love my Tom Brady one and you love those celebrities, what they do. I put myself to the test. So heads up, it's gonna be a little bit of a story on my ear. Oh my god, this happened in the Tom Brady video too. I've got this little hair and I don't know what to do with it, help me. So it's kind of gonna be my fitness journey during the last year. Sit down, grab some popcorn, let's go on a journey together to Fitland. I clearly made that name up on the spot and did not think about something clever at all. Now this is really popular by these models. This was the first group class I started getting into. I've done sports, but I found I was just doing the cliche Fitspo, you doing weightlifting 5 times a week split. It wasn't doing it for me anymore. I was putting on muscle, I didn't really feel like myself. It's fun to lift weights and I think it's super empowering, but I just didn't want that to be all I did. First, I was like, you are gonna get out there and you're gonna go try it, and so I did. It's actually one of my most popular videos. What I loved about kickboxing was I got to feel athletic again, but you got to move in different ways. You feel strong, but at the same time movable, not strong and just lifting weights, but you could actually do something, and I think it was really empowering in the self-defense. It was great for really get my heart rate up. There was some resistance training, but I also just got to feel really athletic, and it is a full body workout, and I think that's why so much of the models like it. Obviously come to show, they're trying to burn a lot of calories, I'm sure, and so it's really good for that sense, but taking away from the calorie component and just the weight loss, I think it's really important to focus how you feel during a workout. I loved how strong I felt, and so that made me want to go try other group classes. And another one I found the supermodels did is Soul Cycle. This was actually a really important time in my life. Now, I was in M10 at the time, did something called YUG Cycle, which is very similar. Like, honestly, they're bang on. I'm gonna be bringing you guys an actual behind the scenes of Soul Cycle. Stay tuned, hit subscribe if you wanna see. I fell in love with this workout, and I can see how the models love it so much, because the ones who I saw definitely talked about it the most were these models. Were definitely big fans of Soul Cycle, specifically in New York City. It was empowering. I was in a very down part of my life at the beginning of January 2018. It wasn't down as much. A bunch of really bad life situations happened to me that were really tough, and I gave myself a couple days to cry a little. Then I was like, Keltie, get your life together. You are getting your life together, and I did. First things I did was I got a whole bunch of passes to YUG Cycle. I loved it. I got a sweat. There's pounding music. The instructors are so motivating. Still to this day, remember the exact class I went to after these few days of sulking and having just an awful life situations happen. I left that class feeling so good. Endorphins, the instructor had this motivational talk, and I was like, I am going to take on the world. It really got the momentum going, because I'd done the kickboxing class, there had been a gap between, but it really brought me a ton of motivation to just start this journey of trying different things and getting back to finding me and what makes me feel good. YG Cycle, Soul Cycle Spin Studios, I think are so good for that. They're so motivating. It's a dark room, you're sweating, no one's judging each other because you're in your own world. There's great music, and it's kind of semi-spiritual in the sense that the instructor is so motivating. I think why the models really love it is it's super easy to stick to, in the sense that you look forward to it. It's not easy, the class is hard. Work your leg muscles for sure. It's not going to be great for upper body, that's the downside to it, but I think that's why the Victoria's Secret models probably also go towards that, because you can see they have toned arms and none of them are, I would consider, jacked out of this world, so probably why they like that. And it's a great way to get your heart rate up. You can also do it with friends, which is one of the biggest things, and I see a lot of the Victoria's Secret models do, is they work out with their friends all the time. Great lower body workout. It's really going to improve different athletic performance and endurance, so that is definitely a plus towards a spin class. So I was feeling good. Once you try something new and you like it, it's a lot easier to try other things. It's kind of getting that first one, get that ball rolling, and the momentum's a little slow, and then it skyrockets. So the next one I noticed a lot of them doing was boxing workout. That is definitely popular by Adriana. I know she has had like so much about it. and she's pretty much the GOAT. And she's a big fan of boxing classes, and I 100% see why. Now, the great thing about boxing classes, again, it's gonna get your heart rate up. You feel empowered, you're punching, you're learning how to move your body, your upper body, so it's kind of the nice thing. It's the opposite of kickboxing. You're gonna use a lot more upper body. It's a good thing to balance with something like spin because it is a lot more upper body. The music is great in these classes. It's kind of always has a club feel. It's great for your core. Now, obviously, a big thing Victoria's Secret models are known for is their abs. When you're moving your body like this, you're gonna have to engage your core if you're doing it properly. That's why you wanna make sure you go to a credible studio. I would leave that workout just drenched. Another thing I think they really liked about this, it's a good way to, I hate the word, but everyone uses it and it's not real, tone. Toning is just you're putting on moderate muscle or you're putting on a lot of muscle. Putting on a moderate amount of muscle, not trying to get super jacked. Really hard for us females. Boxing will be good at that. Subconsciously, after I took boxing, I was like, if I get in a fight, I'm gonna take that girl. She doesn't stand a chance. I took a boxing class. I could not land a punch on a single human being. I'd be like, are you okay? I'm sorry. Did I scratch you? Sorry. Can I get you tea? I could not actually punch another human, but it feels really good to punch big. I'm not gonna lie. This one I kind of maintain for most of the year. If you follow any of the Victoria's Secret models on Instagram, you've probably seen Dog Pound, which is a gym in New York City that a lot of them train at. And typically what you see is a lot of weight training, a lot of resistance training, and kind of circuits, a lot of supersets, and they usually have a personal trainer that guides them through. And at the beginning of the year, I did hire a personal trainer, and he brought me to make sure I was moving in a proper way for my body. We all have muscle imbalances from sports or jobs. He was able to design a workout specifically for me to really acknowledge, not even just aesthetically, like, hey, I want a bigger butt. I'm just being honest. But I also needed to grow my glute muscle because I have APT, so I actually have very weak glutes naturally. Trained with him once or twice a week, and he would make sure I was doing everything in the proper form. Obviously, what a lot of Victoria's Secret models like do is they have a personal trainer, which is not going to be cheap. That is definitely the downside usually, especially if you want a good personal trainer. And they're going to help you grow those muscles specifically that you need to for whatever aesthetic reason or performance reasons if you're more athletic based versus more aesthetic based like a model. So obviously, I'm sure those personal trainers are like, this year let's bring up your butt, or let's add a little bit of definition to your arms, and they would design a workout around that. I saw great results because it was for me specifically. Now we come to summer. One of my favorite things to do, which I was so happy to see Victoria's Secret model talk about, and that Gigi is actually the one who talked about the most, was volleyball. Sports are such a passion of mine, and it was so fun seeing these models talk about playing sports because I think it's such a fun way to stay active. Obviously, if you're an athlete growing up, you know that, but not a lot of it. You realize you can join a beach volleyball team. You can join an indoor volleyball team. There's different levels. You can do that, and I thought it was so much fun, and it's just such a fun way to get your cardio in, learn to move your body in different ways, stay active. You can stay active with friends. Great workout. Especially beach volleyball is so much harder than it seems. And it was really nice to see a Victoria's Secret model showing that it's not just these cliche group classes and weight training, and is you can also play sports to get a body like them. And look at volleyball players and basketball players. It's a very similar body type to Victoria's Secret models. I think they all kind of do this one a little bit, but it was definitely most popular by. Now, if you're like me, flexibility is not my thing, but something they all do, and I do think it definitely has benefits. So I started doing it in August to help film the video, and also a big mission of mine, working on flexibility and mobility. I've never been flexible. The flexibility component and mobility is, I know as funny as it sounds, but as a model, it can do more poses for you. And so these poses in yoga, they can actually transfer over into their posing, whether it be walking down the runway or for photo shoots. Increase mobility, you're still gonna get some core strength from the movement, not to the extent of some other workouts, but I do think that's why so many of them like that. And it's probably also good mentally for a lot of them because they're always traveling. It's a nice time to just, people going at you, you're like, no guys, I did yoga, I'm zen. The world can't faze me. I go on and off again yoga, but it definitely was kind of a good kickstart for me to transition into working on my flexibility. Now, another really popular one by these models is running. I got into running kind of sporadically during the summer and then into September and October. And the reason for me and why I think it's a great thing is I was traveling a ton. So I still want to stay athletic. I still want to keep my endurance up. Well, but I didn't always have a chance to go to the gym. When I actually first moved to Toronto, I didn't have access access to a gym until I got one. The easiest thing you can kind of do is run. Anyone can do it, but that's what a lot of them did. Not all of them. Some were very open about saying they don't like running, so that's a good thing. If you absolutely despise running, you don't have to run. But if you're someone who enjoys running, it's a great way to get your heart rate up, improve your endurance, aerobic. It allows you to be mobile, and yes, it's going to help, you know, increase your daily energy expenditure, which is going to help you maintain your weight a lot easier, and that's probably why a lot of them love. I know Carly Kloss does marathons. Not all of them do it, but that's another great way, especially if you're someone who doesn't have a ton of money, and it's one of the simplest things you can do is just start running. Now we're in transition into November, and what I got into was a bit more of the dance classes. So the Pilates, the bar, and ballet class. Pilates is popular by boop. Bar is popular by boop. Ballet class is by these models. I kind of group them all together because I find they all kind of are the same idea. It's just which discipline you like more. Pilates tends to be a lot more dancey. Bar tends to be a lot more just kind of pulses. So you're gonna have a bit more of a choreograph to Pilates versus bar is just kind of gonna be pulses with different moves, some dance moves. And then ballet class, I don't actually have access to. One day I would love to. So if you guys can help this channel keep growing, I would love to travel to somewhere that has ballet classes that I can take. So feel free to hit subscribe and help the channel grow so I can get there and bring you guys behind the scenes of that. But I have never been a dancer. I've been an athlete my whole life. Basketball, volleyball, competitive swimming, those are my things. Dancing was never. I love to dance when I'm 10 beers deep at the bar, but no one should see it. It still feels good to dance, and so even though I'm not going to become a dancer, I thought it was a really fun way to work out, and obviously I think a lot of them like it because they come from dance backgrounds, and those tend to be a lot of people who really enjoyed those classes. Look at a dancer's body, a lot of times it's very similar to a model's body. Not always. There's totally different types of bodies. None is right or wrong, but I think that's why they transfer. It's a great way to work on mobility. I know that's a standing thing, but being able to move their body, increase flexibility, still grow some muscle development just through different movements, but not put on a ton of muscle, which a lot of them have to worry about, which is not right, not wrong. It's just what they do. But I did find it really fun when I was doing it. I'm not gonna lie, it's a disaster. I'm not a dancer, but it was really fun to have a bit more of a feminine workout. You know, I love to feel girly and feminine, and it's fun to work out in that sense because a lot of my workouts tend to be high intensity, go sports, kickboxing, weightlifting. Like those have always been the ones I gravitate to. So it was nice to have one that made me feel a lot more girly. Now, another one that I just started, I've only done 2 sessions, but with EMS training. So I did a full video, that's like 3 videos ago, so you can go check that out. It's literally you wear the suit that stimulates your muscle while you work out to make sure it's engaged a lot. It's not cost efficient, that's definitely a downside, but these models, that's their life. So that's also to take into account with these models, is this is their life, that is their job. Don't beat yourself up that you can't maybe commit to working out as much as them. You have other priorities. You have your job. This is literally their, that's why they would do something like EMS training, which is a lot more money, but it's more beneficial to them. After all this time, what's my conclusion? Do I look like a Victoria's Secret model? No, because I did not grow to be 6 foot. I'm still only 5'7". Honestly, I feel great after this year, and I learned so many life lessons, and I think you guys can take away. And the cool thing about it was none of them did the same workout, and I think that's what's really important, and that's what I want you guys to take away from this video, is I think we always put these role models we have on a pedestal, and we Google, what do they do? I'm gonna do specifically that so I can become them. Now, sometimes that kind of works, but it's all about finding what worked for them specifically and what they enjoyed doing so they kept with it. That's what I really noticed this year. It was just so fun for me to try so many different workouts. You guys honestly ask about my splits quite often, is I just stay active almost every day in the sense that I enjoy it. I love moving my body. I love feeling like an athlete. I love having fun. Fitness should be fun, and I know it sounds cheesy, but we don't play. We used to play on the playground, and that was moving your body. That was being athletic when we were little. We don't do stuff like that anymore. So if you can find a workout that makes you feel like you're playing, it's gonna add so much joy into your life. You're gonna stick with it long term, and that's how you're gonna get to these body goals you want, because you can stick with it long term instead of starting something and having to stop and starting and stopping. If you can make fitness a part of your life, then you're incorporate it every day, and it's gonna make it so much easier. And so I thought it was so refreshing to just try different things, and I felt motivated. It was fun. I enjoyed fitness, and that's what I loved, that that these Victoria's Secret models are kind of the epitome body goals and all that. None of them do the same workout. They all found what worked for them and what they enjoy, and so that's what you should do this year, and I challenge you guys to come on this journey. I'm not stopping. I have so many more workouts I'm bringing your guys' way, but to get out there and try stuff. Try what you authentically love that you feel like you're playing. You don't reach this fitness goal, this body goal, and you're like, hey, I did it, bye, we're done here, lights out. No, then you just find another one, and that's just the fun, is you can accomplish these little things. You can go run a marathon, you can commit to doing yoga for 6 months, you can start doing Pilates, you can do a kickboxing class, you can learn this new gymnastic move, you can join a basketball league. There's so many different ways to get in shape, even for the most elite of people. So I hope you take away that there is no right way, there is no wrong way. Victoria's Secret models are gorgeous. I love that they're showing fitness more. It's not just about being skinny. So come along with me on this journey in 2019. Comment below any other classes, workouts you guys want me to bring you along. If there's any other celebrity workouts. And thank you for tuning in. Like always, it means so much to me, and I hope you guys have a great day. I hope you have a great year, and let's make it just like a fun year. Let us just have fun. Have a great day, guys. Love you. Bye.